Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? My camera's doing some crazy stuff, so all of a sudden it's like real bright. Look, I can like change the color. Very strange. What up, man? It is Monday, December 17th, 2018. That's right, Monday, December 17th, 2018. And guess what? It is the first and last time that it'll ever be Monday, December 17th, 2018. So we want to make sure we make the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Are you guys with me? Let's go ahead and make the absolute most out of this absolutely incredible day. Check it out. Here's another cool thing about the 17th. My birthday's coming up. My birthday is on the 20th, which I believe is Thursday, right? I got a birthday coming up, and I'm super excited about it because I'm going to be 41 years old, guys. I'm going to be 41 years old, man, and I can't wait. I got to tell you, in my 20s, I was an idiot. That's the best way to describe my 20s. I was an idiot. In my 30s, I was kind of cleaning up the mess I had made. In my 20s, I was definitely cleaning up the mess I made. My 30s was also a decade of babies, lots and lots of babies. Dude, the lighting thing on here is tripping me out. Like it's like, look, now it's all bright. And then it like comes back in. Oh my gosh. Anyways, sorry, got distracted. My 30s was like cleaning up the mess. You know, cleaning up the mess from my 20s, all the different mistakes that I made in my 20s, and a whole lot of babies. My wife came into my life, and then babies. Now, my 40s, I've only had 1 year in my 40s, and man, it's been an incredible year. It has been an incredible year. My 40s have been a decade of wisdom. A decade of knowledge. The 40s, you know, at 40s where Rise and Grind came out. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that came at 40 years old. And so I'm super excited. You know, 40 was an amazing year. 41, I'm just assuming is going to be, you know, an even more powerful, eye-opening, enlightening year. So I'm super excited about the next decade of my life. You know, at 40, one door closed, one chapter closed, another chapter open. It's been super, super excited. So I'm super excited about that. But before we even get into, you know, all of that and the three things, I got three things for you guys today that are going to be super, super powerful. Before we get into all that, though, let's dance. Check this out. That's right, friends and family. This is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button. Coming out of New York, man, we got to get a little Frank Sinatra this morning. This is also the part of the show where I need you to say good morning to me, and I'm going to say good morning to you. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, I want to hear from you. How about that? They're so classy out there. I love it. Good morning, Josh Weatherall. What's up? What's up, Kobe Joyner? Can you guys hear it well enough? I can't hear it super loud. I want to make sure you hear it. Oh, that's too loud. How about that? That's a little bit better. Good morning, Trendy Trenda. Joshua Wilson. What's up, Liza Myers Borges? I got to send you an email today. What's up, Bambi? Mike Brockway's up in here. Casey Rossiter. Ray Hatcher, how are you? Anthony Santangelo. What's up, Chris Yancey and Daniel Hatton? Faye Giles is up in here. Jeff Baker's up in here. Josh Hello, Leanne Ryan Smith. Gail B. Kraft. What's up? What's up? Casey Rossiter's up in here. Don Sankey's up in here. Brian Edlin's up in here. CJ Craig Miles is up in here. Janelle Griego. How are you, Janelle Griego? Sean Jones, Matthew Yeager. Everybody's up in here this morning, and I stinking love it. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, whether you're watching, are you watching on replay right now? If you're watching on replay right now, will you do me a favor? Will you hit that share button? Come on, replay viewers. It's okay. It's okay that you're watching on replay. I know that maybe you're embarrassed. You don't want to hit share when you're watching on replay because you think people will realize that you're watching on replay. But it's okay. People watch at different times. They watch at different time zones. Everybody's on a little bit different sleep schedule. Everybody's on a little different work schedule. It's okay. So hit that share button. Man, that New York state of mind, baby. Okay, hey, love you guys. All right, let's get to the show. You guys want to know 3 things, right? We got to learn 3 things. We're going to learn 3 things today. Dude, can you guys tell I'm loose? I'm excited. I'm glad to be back with you guys. I haven't done a show from this studio. I haven't done a show in 5 days. I have not done a show here in the Rise and Grind studios for 5 days. Look, when I put my hands in like prayer mode, then the light like dims. But then when I take my hands back here to moving, then like it gets real bright. You guys see that? And so it's distracting me big time as I move my hands because I move my hands a lot. But I haven't done a show here in the studio in 5 days, which is incredible, man. We had Jenelle Delgado did the show Thursday, and she absolutely crushed it and over-delivered like she always does. My man Brian Binstock and I did the show from New York. We did the show from there on Friday, which was incredible. And then, of course, Saturday and Sunday, we don't have episodes of Hashtag Rise and Grind, even though some of you guys are always calling for it. We don't have it. We definitely don't have it, but we have it today, Monday, December 17th. Check it out. I just got back from New York, man. I just spent 3 days. Actually, I was there 4 days total, but 3 full days in New York City. I was in New York City to join up with Mr. Brian Binstock to speak with his incredible team at Paragon Honda. Join up and speak with that team. I also got an opportunity to spend some time with Jenelle Delgado while I was out there. And since I was going out there, for work stuff anyway, my new life includes I shouldn't say my new life includes, my life has always included my kids, but my new job allows me opportunities to bring my kids if the situation makes sense to do so. So I took my daughter, Savannah Rayne Lundy, to New York City with me, my 9-year-old, and I got to tell you, man, it was a trip. It was such a special trip. Such a special time with my daughter. I had an amazing time with Brian Binstock. I had an eye-opening time with Jenelle Delgado. It's the best way to describe that. I even saw my friend Erin. My friend Erin Graff. She was out there in New York. We ended up in the plane on the way from Lexington to New York at the same time, and we got to see her again a couple nights later. Her and her mom out there in New York. So it was just an incredibly special trip all the way around. But you guys, aren't here just to watch home videos and all that good stuff. You guys want to know what you can learn, what we can all take from the trip together, right? And so that's what I'm going to share with you today. I've got 3 things that I learned. I actually learned a lot of things while I was out there, but there were 3 things that were heavy. Heavy's not even the right word. 3 things that were on my mind this morning, my heart this morning to share with you guys. So I hope you're ready because I'm going to deliver these 3 things, and hopefully one of these 3 things is going to impact and change your life, just like Vicky and the Twang sisters did for some kids this weekend. If you get a chance, go to Vicky's profile, or Gail or Susan or Beth, all of them. Pam, they all went out. Lindsay, they went out yesterday, or not, they went out this weekend. I'm not sure if it was yesterday, but they went out this weekend and fed like 15 kids that just needed a good hot meal, man. They went out there and served them this weekend. For those of you that don't know, we have something going on where we're feeding 100 families across the United States around this holiday season. We've challenged the Rise and Grind group, the online community, to go offline, and Vicky and them went out and did that. So if you get a chance, check that stuff out. Super cool. Thank you, Vicky and Gail and Susan and Pam and Beth and all of you ladies that got together. Lindsay, thank you guys so much for going out and serving, just serving people, because that's really what it's all about, man. It's all about helping, lifting, and encouraging others. I'm so proud of you guys for doing that. So I wanted to highlight that real quick. And then also, if you have not got your hashtag Rise and Grind 2019 interactive planner yet, you need to go on and get it now. It's on Amazon. You can just search hashtag Rise and Grind on Amazon, or you can go to my website, glennlundy.com. You can get it from there. I can't sign or do any more of those. I'm done with that. But you can order them through Amazon and get them in like 2 days. So you can still get them in time for Christmas. And you need to make sure that you jump on that. Okay, cool. Now that that's out of the way. 3 things from New York. First thing I learned, take notes, my man Mike Brockway. First thing I learned, in order to be great, oh man, this is powerful. It's going to sound cheesy, but this is powerful. In order to be great, you must always be great. In order to truly be great, you must always be great. Here's what I mean by that. Brian Binstock, that dude's legit. He's legit. I mean, he's moving and shaking always. He's absolutely brilliant. The dude is brilliant. I mean, he's one of the smartest people I've ever been around. He's constantly reading knowledge, and he absorbs it, and he retains it, and he can repeat it, and he can share it into conversations. He's such an interesting human being to be around, and he's incredibly fierce. I mean, this dude is he's fierce. He's always attacking. He's always looking at what's next. The way he moves. I mean, he comes in 1 second, he's not there, and next second he's there, you know, like they show in like those like vampire movies or something, you know, you turn around and boom, there's Brian Binstock, because he moves at the speed of lightning. We were watching when we were driving in the car with him, and he's like moving through New York traffic, man, and the guy knows New York City. That's his dig, right? That's what he does. But he's legit. But listen to me. Mostly, he's human. Dead serious. This guy's not a superhero, man. He is human. I watched Brian Binstock and the way that he interacted and the conversations that he had with my daughter. Phenomenal. What a kind human being. Just a great guy. He was asking my daughter questions about her dress and about New York City and about how her trip was going, and he would acknowledge her and he would make eye contact with her, and he made her feel special. He made her feel important. I watched his interactions with the doorman and the staff at the hotel that he had us put up. He would walk in, Mr. Binstock, boom, and he'd have these interactions, and he knew about these people, and he would look them in the eye, and he would have conversations with them, and he knew about their families, and he knew them by name, and he treated them like amazing human beings. You could tell he was there to serve them, not to have them serve him. He's so human. He's so human. The way that he interacted with me, the way that he treated with me, the way that he was over the top, just kind. Over the top kind. Took us to nice dinners and put us up in a nice hotel and made sure that our travel was comfortable and offered his driver to let us use his driver. I mean, he was just so human, man. And so we can put this dude up on a pedestal, right? Because he's doing big things at Paragon Honda. And don't be wrong, he deserves all those accolades. He's incredibly intelligent. He fights hard for it. He moves at the speed of lightning. The dude is legit. But mostly, he's human. And he's great all the time. He's great all the time. He's not just great at work. He's not just great at technology. He's not just great at frictionless. He's great all the time. He's just a great guy. You know, I spent some time with Jenelle Delgado. I was watching Jenelle Delgado. Jenelle Delgado, this chick right here, Jenelle Delgado, she's legit. Jenelle Delgado is legit. For real. I mean, she moves. The way she moves in and out. I mean, she's got this grace, and she's got this fierceness, and she's powerful, and she's confident, and she carries herself so well, and she's so classy, man. This chick is so classy, and she is absolutely brilliant. I'm telling you, just like Binstock, Just like Binstock, she's brilliant. She moves. She's legit. They're both just brilliant people. They're both constantly on the move, constantly doing something. And she's totally legit. Everything about her is legit. She's fierce. She's fierce. But guess what? Mostly she's human. Dude, I watched this girl, I watched her interact with my daughter. The way she interacted with Savannah and made sure Savannah was taken care of when we had dinner and made sure to acknowledge Savannah and talk to Savannah and ask Savannah lots of questions and make her feel special. She's human, man. I watched the way that she interacted with the different staff members. We went to Rockefeller Plaza and we did a podcast from Rockefeller Plaza. And we had to go down past the line and we had to go over the chain and we had to make some things happen so we could get a good view of the tree. And we were in some areas that we weren't supposed to be in. But Jenelle was so kind and so confident in the way that she treated people that they just opened up doors for her. They just opened up doors for her. They made a path for greatness to come through. Because she's great. That's how she carries herself. She's fierce. And we could easily put her up as this superhuman, right? Because she deserves those accolades. We could make her our hero. We could put her up on this pedestal and think that she's amazing and great because she is. But the truth of the matter is, mostly, she's human. She's just great all the time. That's just how she is. Her and I were in conversations, and I'm thinking about where there was one conversation, and somebody had done something to me, and I didn't feel so great about it. And we're sitting there having that conversation, and Jenelle's talking to me, and I love the way that she just would pour the Spirit into me, and she would turn around, and she took this negative thing, and she turned it into a positive thing, and it's what she does because she's great all of the time. So number one, first thing that I need you to learn today, right now, is in order to be great, you must always be great. Always. Not just when you're at work, not just when you're on Facebook, not just when you're putting on a show, not just when people are watching. You got to be great all the time. In order to truly be great, you got to be great all the time. And man, Brian, Binstock, and Jenelle showed me that this weekend. I can tell you that. They showed me that this weekend. What incredible people. What incredible people. You got to spend more time around them if you can. Number two, never underestimate the value of your influence, okay? Number two is I need you to never underestimate the value of your influence. My daughter, this girl right here, Savannah Rayne Lundy, this girl right here, that's right, I said this girl right here, dude, she blew my mind in New York. She blew my mind in New York. This kid was 9 years old. She was 9 years old. She was out there in this big city, right? We're surrounded by all of these people, all of these new experiences, and I was worried how she was going to react. I was worried that she was going to be shy. I was worried that she was going to be scared. I was worried that, that it was going to be difficult for me and her to spend this time together. Let me tell you something. This kid right here, oh my gosh, this kid right here is brilliant. This kid right here is beautiful. This kid right here is polite. This kid right here is kind. This kid right here wants to serve. This kid right here is independent. This kid right here is resourceful. She's fearless. Absolutely fearless. She's compassionate. And she was a sponge. She just sucked it up. She was learning stuff right away. She was learning the roads and the grids and the patterns and how stuff worked. She was learning how to work the lines, how to move through the crowds, how to not get lost. She was learning how to work the room service, boy. She was on that room service, I'll tell you that. She was learning how to work the room service and shake people's hand and make eye contact. And she was so polite and she was so kind and she carried herself with class and she put on her dress and she did her hair and she did all that for the dinner and she talked with Jenelle and she talked with Brian Binstock, some great, incredible people that can be a little bit intimidating even to me at 40 years old. And she talked with them and she made me proud. My gosh, she made me proud. And I realized in that moment, because I ain't been around a ton, I'm only around a little bit, but I realized that I've had an influence on who my child is. And I realized that my wife is making a massive, massive, massive influence on the kind of children that we have, that we're putting out in this world, because that's That's who she's learning it all from. My daughter is homeschooled. I can tell you right now, she gets out of the house to do her dance. She gets out of the house for soccer. She gets out of the house for a birthday party. But she is being raised, her morals, her values, who she is. She's being raised by her parents. She's being raised mostly by her mama, to be 100% honest. And I can tell you the influence that my wife has had on that child is powerful. It is incredible. I saw this girl come out of her shell, and I was overwhelmingly impressed. And it just made me realize, man, we are in powerful positions. We should never underestimate the value of our influence on others. It is so strong. People are watching what you do. There are people who look up to you. There are people that are around you. They're watching what you do. And we have such influence. And with great power comes great responsibility. You guys have heard that, right? You've heard that. With great power comes great responsibility. But it's also important to know that we have that power of influence. We have it. And when we're in a position where we have a power of influence, we can influence others and make impact on this planet. We can make a massive impact on this planet. Super important. Number one, in order to be great, you must always be great. Number two, never underestimate the value of your influence. Man, that little girl impressed me. Number three, third and last thing that you need to learn today that I learned from this trip. Third and last thing. Always choose to be the small fish. Always choose to be the small fish. Here's what I mean by that. Brian Binstock, the whole time I'm having conversations with Brian Binstock, he's comparing himself. Here's his dealership. It's like usually they're the number 2, number 1, number 3. They fall right in there. Honda dealership in the country. And he's comparing himself to like Amazon and Google. That's who he compares himself to. He doesn't compare himself to all the stores that he's outperforming. That's not how he measures himself. And he actually posted a video about this. He posted a video on his LinkedIn page, just a quick interview between him and I. Maybe I'll share it later. A quick interview between him and I where he talks about, the ruler that you use to measure and that there's never a top. You always want to be the small fish. So if you reach a top where you're the big fish in the pond, you're winning, then you gotta choose to put yourself in another pond where you're the small fish. You got to choose. When I was with Jenelle was talking about, the things that she does, and she does incredible things, but she was constantly talking about big players like Richard Branson and, big names. All of her conversations were so high level. Some of them I was like, bro, I'm definitely the smallest fish in this pond right here with Brian Binstock and Jenelle Delgado in the room. But as she was talking, I noticed that her sights, even though she's at the top of her game, she's outperforming the competition. She's doing incredible things. Even though that's the case, she compares herself with much bigger. She makes sure she's the smallest fish in the pond. And I think that's a valuable lesson. The whole time I was in New York, I heard these people having conversations all around me. There were people talking, and they're talking about all these just high-level, big money moves, big money plays, and I'm thinking, man, I'm at another level now. This is different. This is different. I was used to being the number 2 volume dealership in the country. I was used to that. I was used to being at the top. I'm not at the top anymore. But it's so inspiring. It's so empowering. It's so energetic. I'm so excited to be the smallest fish in the pond. That's what got me up at 3 o'clock this morning. That and Joel, my son. But once I was up because I was ready to be with you guys this morning. That's where the energy comes from. When you're the smallest fish in the pond, it's time for you to fight and survive and not get gobbled up by the big fish. And you're swimming around and you're darting around and you're trying to get stronger and you're trying to get bigger. That's where the fun and excitement comes from. Make sure that you stay the smallest fish in your pond. If you're the biggest guy out there, if you're the smartest guy in the room, then you need a new room. If you're at the top of your game, then you need to change the game. Because see, you have to understand something. You are this child of God, right? Uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And you see, part of that takes continuous growth. Part of that takes you continuing to level up and get to those next levels. Part of that takes you remaining the smallest fish in the pond. Part of that means that you have to be great, and you have to be great all of the time. Part of that is understanding and not underestimating the power of your influence, the influence that you have on others. All of that is part of that. And so you're already starting to make some good decisions. You're doing that right now. You're in the Rise and Grind group. You're surrounding yourself with positivity. You're waking up early in the morning. You're hopping on to the hashtag Rise and Grind show. You're already starting to make some really, really good decisions. And those decisions are starting to make an impact. I'm sure you're noticing it. I know I notice it, but they're starting to make an impact on your friends, starting to make an impact on your family members. You're starting to make an impact on every single person around you. And if you haven't noticed, you've made a massive impact on me. And I, for one, dude, I love you for it. I do. I absolutely stinking love you for it. So continue moving in this right direction. If you need more videos just like this, then go to GlennLundy.com. You can always go there, check out more videos. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, you can grab that at GlennLundy.com too. And if you haven't got your planner, you can go to Amazon or GlennLundy.com, pop onto either one, and get your hashtag Rise and Grind planner, because we are going to attack 2019. I'm telling you, we're all together. We're going to rise, evolve, and make a massive impact on this planet. That's what we're going to do. So please take these 3 things to heart. Make sure you took the notes. If you missed any of it, go back and watch it again. It's super, super important that we understand in order to truly be great, we have to be great all the time. You have to have it turned on all of the time, and never underestimate the power of your influence on others. It's incredibly important that you understand that, and make sure that you're always the smallest fish in the pond. Check it out. Let's go out with some Frank Sinatra. You guys have an incredible day today. Can you do that for me? Will you have an incredible day today? I think you need to have a powerful, over-the-top, amazing day today. How's that sound? And then do me a favor. Come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind.